Okay, here's where we finished Sonar01. And, remember we put the chest or the treasure at a random location and so forth. And then we went to get it or somewhere nearby with dropped a sonar. And so let's just do it again so you'll see where we are. And there goes the chest. And if we click nearby, we get a spot. So we've now make sure that the click works, and that's what we wanted to do. So no matter what's going on, this thing is actually going into kind of a continuous loop. And so anytime you click, this thing will be invoked. Okay, so now let's do something with that. And we now have the treasure at TC. So let's calculate a distance. That's the first thing we want to know is how far away we are. And let's just call it DIST to treasure. Okay, something like that. Let's make it and it's not a dash. Don't use dash. Use underscore, because that way it's what the sort of standard is. And now how do you get a distance? Well, it turns out there is a function called distance, and we can just do TC dot distance. And then what you need is some coordinates, or it can be just the name of a sprite. So we could put S in there, or we can put in X, comma, Y. And that's fine, because that's probably a little clearer that we're looking for this X, Y position and get this distance. And now what we can do is we could just to show you how it works, let's print something. print, let's do X and Y. And then also this distance. So we can do dist to TREAS and close the parenthesis. Notice we didn't get any help on this, so we could have copied, but that looks pretty good. So let's just see what happens here. So we run, get our little background, and okay, now let's say I click right over here. And how far is that away? It says 83. That's about right. Here's 25, 50, 75, something like that. Let's click way up here and see what we get, how far away we are. It says 250, and that's about right too. So it looks like the distance thing is working. Now that path is a little annoying. We really don't need that. So we just do s.hideTurtle, which is HT's short version. And now when we do it, those path will disappear, and I'll show you that. Again, I just keep testing these things each time. So maybe we'll go 25, 50, 75. We'll do about 100 away here when I click. And we still didn't turn it off, unfortunately. It's supposed to be hide turtle. Sorry. This is actually good. I'm going to leave this. We hid the turtle, and that's fine. But we need to do pen up. S.penup. And now it will not appear. Okay, let's run it again. See, that's the beauty of doing Python. You can just keep testing this stuff so simply, very quickly. So I put it here. And see, it says we're about 76 away, which is right. Let's go 25, 50. Here, should be about 100. Yeah, 101. So this distance thing is working. So we now know how far away we are. And now really what I'd like to do is we need to build another function that will draw a circle. Remember we did the circle in the thing before. So let's do that. And we'll put it down here. That's fine. And we'll go DEF. Let's call it just draw a circle. And now how are we going to do this? Well, let's put first a turtle name. Let's do T1. And that will be the name of a turtle, because we're going to have lots of these sensors around, and so we might want to, we'll just do one right now, but pretty soon we'll be doing more. So let's make it general. And we need the X and Y coordinates. And then we need, say, R for the radius. Okay, so that's how this function works. There we go. Let's do a colon. We come back. Okay, now what do we do? Well, first of all, we want that, whatever that turtle is, we want to hide it. HT. And let's just do this all in one line. We want to have the pen up. T1.pu is the short version for pen up. And then what we want to do is, remember, we want to go T1.goto, and we want to certainly go to X, but we want to go to Y minus R, right? Because remember, we need to be underneath it. And then that should do it. But then we need to make sure that we put the pen down, T1.pd for pen down. And the pen, now we draw the circle, T1.circle. And it has radius R. Yep. And then we take the pen up, T1.pu. Okay? So that's our parentheses, sorry. Okay, here we go. So we're in pretty good shape now. So the question is then, what we need to do is when we draw the sonar, when we set the sonar, we need to draw the circle. So we go, let's do this way. We still do the print, that's fine. And let's say DRAW, circle. I'll just double click it since it's here, that's nice. And what are we going to have? Well, okay, we need the turtles is S, and we have X and Y, which is, we can just use those same letters. And now what are we going to use for radius? The radius is really this distance. So let's try that. Copy. And I'll put it right here. And now, if we're lucky, this should work. So, okay, let's give it a shot. So here we go. We've got our background coming up. Everything's fine, and there goes our our treasure chest. So if I click here, I should get a circle. Aha, it works and it goes right through it. So let's try another place. Here's another circle, goes right through it. And we come up here and here's another circle. Look, he's a big one. But notice they all cross here, so then all I have to do is, if I'm a user of this, is place 3 of these sonars around and then click here and I'll be at the treasure, even if it's not there. Anyway, there's more to do, but if you can get this far, we're in pretty good shape.